So I've been a little busy to change that, dear. But I didn't snap it off. I'm learning.
No, it was good. It was good. It's much better. Much better.
Well, welcome to the Lynn and Scott Show. I'm Lynn Serrano.
Hey, everybody. Scott Jones.
And we're so glad to be here on another Tuesday. Thank God made us. We've made it this far on a Tuesday. This is awesome.
What do you mean made it this far on a Tuesday?
You know,
we're barely. Tuesday's like a nothing day. I mean, it's a good that it's like Tuesday night is our night. That's cool, but I mean, Tuesday's like
else.
Monday is like the worst day. Wednesday's hump day. Thursday's almost Friday. Friday is Friday. Tuesday's like just a Tuesday.
But listen, Popeye would say, I'd be happy to pay for my burger on the second Tuesday of next month. Or that was
Wimpy. Tuesday. He used to say that. Wimpy used to say that, the Popeye, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who do we got? Michael,
and we have Scott Ricard.
He was with me last night on the show. I appreciate you being there last night.
And thank you so much. Watching from the beach, and he's deciding to listen to us. How cool is that?
You're actually sitting on the beach watching this right now, dude. That's like gangster. That's all I can say. That's best. That's the best.
Yeah, like he's got us in his ears probably, and he's just looking at, who knows how he's doing it, but but he's doing it. And he's doing it with us, and I'm so grateful.
That's rock star, brother. That is rock star.
I just love him so much. I appreciate him so much. Today I did a little thing, and I did a little memory show for my brother, and I put a lot of stuff together, and I thought live shows, right? You plan to do something, and then you never know what's going to happen. But
the only thing that's sure is that things will never go as planned. That's the only thing you can be sure of,
and that you're going live. You know, and so I thought I was like pretty kosher. I thought everything was going to go really good, and it was funny because I didn't want to, my brother was friends with Henry Lawrence, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he's the greatest guy. He's a musician, and he sings awesome, and it's just one of those things where I didn't want to really embellish if he's going to show up, because I didn't want to put the pressure on him. I knew that we could have technical difficulties, and the show had to go on, and I just I kind of acted like he was there, because at the beginning of the show, he popped in. I could see him down there, and I'm getting all ready, and then he pop out. It just pop in and pop out. And I'm like, well, I just got to keep going. I was fumbling and couldn't find things at the right place. I was like discombobulated, like, you know what? It's going to happen the way it's going to happen. And so here it is. I like to keep things about an hour, and that's it. Here it gets close to an hour, and I'm going to share this little clip. I'm going to put it on my page later, but I wanted to share with our close friends here first. But this clip is all we got was the black screen, and he was on there and he was talking. I said, this is great for the podcast, not a problem, but visual wise. So I went ahead and I put a little picture of up on there and stuff. And this is just a little clip of us being silly on the show today with Henry Lawrence. So here we go. And here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We just can't see you.
I'm sorry. I can't see you. I'm not going to touch any more buttons, though, because every time I do, everything disappears.
Yeah, okay.
But I hear you guys.
Well, that's good. Maybe if you would do us the honors to do another show sometime, that would be wonderful.
I'd be glad to.
And we will figure it out. But you actually sang a cappella at Mark's funeral. Would you like to sing anything for us in honor of Mark?
Oh, I could sing the song. You are my friend. I never knew it till then. My friend, my friend. You held the key to many lives, and you enhanced them more than they could ever realize. But you were the wind, you were the wind, you were the wind beneath so many wings. He was a great man. Matter of
He
fact,
was honored
I
to
got
have
a
you as
ticket.
his friend.
I got a traffic ticket trying to get there.
Get to
It cost
where?
me. I was on the interstate. I was coming from Riverview and
Yeah.
exit 228. The trooper was sitting out. I guess I may have been going. I don't know 80. But and he pulled me, and I got a ticket. But I was trying to get there.
Trying to get where? Here to the show?
Yeah, to the funeral. This was back
Oh,
when.
oh, really?
Yes, yes. But I got there.
You were amazing. You were just such a comfort, and I just love you so much. You're just, you know, like I said, it's just so awesome you know, to know that you even cared about me afterwards and you kept in touch with me means so much. And I just love you. If there's any way I can help you, I'll be there. And we got to figure out how to get you more on live stream and getting you podcasting with your beautiful voice. Yeah. That's just a snippet at the end of the show there. It was just so fun. I mean, I tried not to cry through the whole thing, but he almost got me there. I was like, keep a straight face, Lynn, keep a straight face. Like, I went from silent to going, oh, Lord, keep it. Henry Lawrence, he's such a great character. He's just so great. And man, going 80 miles an hour to get to the funeral. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. So,
yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a chance to do that.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. So, yeah. So, how was your week?
Well, so far we're busy. We're trying to keep things moving along. Helping people as much as we can whenever we can. We're putting together a couple of deals now that we're going to be able to outreach and get out to more and more people. But what I'm really excited about is we're going to have a golf tournament coming up in August to raise money for our nonprofit. And I was working with some people on that today. And I got all excited, Lynn, because they're going to play at this beautiful oceanside course. Every hole, you got a view of the ocean. It's so beautiful. It's a par 3 course, but it's apparently like the world's #1 par 3 course in Palm Beach.
Wow.
The thing is beautiful. And I got so excited. We're going to have a tournament there. We're going to race. And I thought I was going to play. I thought I was going to play. And then I got reminded today. It's like, you're not there to play. If you're playing, you're losing money. You've got to be there to host and do this other stuff. But we bring other people in to pay money to play, and that's how we raise money. We don't raise money by you playing. So I'm going to be on this beautiful course, and I'm so excited, and I don't even get to freaking play.
So close, we get so far.
Oh,
so
I know.
Close.
I know.
Oh,
I've got friends, some of my friends who own treatment centers and stuff. They're all like, Scott, we'll be there for you. We're gonna be there. We're gonna play and everything, and you can play with us. And I'm like, yeah. No, I can't. I'm sorry. No, but I'm glad you're coming, and I'll bring you water or something.
But listen, that's just like if you have a party at your house, you can't just pick who you want to sit with and ignore everybody else and act like you're just having your own party within your party. That's just not nice to do.
Well, you can, but you don't have it. That's the last party you have. That's all. You don't get to have any more parties after that.
Yeah, well,
the host doesn't get to play.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
The host does not get to play.
Absolutely I know. At the end of the thing, you're always like, well, gee, did this person have fun? Did I even talk to them? Did I even see them? I mean, it just it gets to be a really big thing when you're hosting a function.
I know.
But it's fun.
Listen, I'm excited that people are coming together to care about what we're doing. And we've got a lot of first responders getting behind it. So that's a good thing. It's always a good thing when that's going on. I'm getting ready in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be heading up north to see my kids and hang out. My grandson, Jake, is doing wonderful. there's a picture of him. I got sent a picture of him. He was 6 days old and wearing a Rolling Stone sweatshirt, and his little fist was like this in the air, and he's laying in the bed. His fist is in the air with a rolling. I said, "This kid's a rock star from birth. This is the best." What are you doing hosting the golf outing? It's so nice. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. The golf outing is just every dollar we raise, goes right into training and helping first responders with addiction and mental health and trauma, dealing with trauma.
I'm excited for you. That's gonna get well, and being August, you got a couple months to really promote it, so that's gonna be really awesome.
And we got a professional promoter who came on board and said, I'm going to get my people involved, and he's not charging us a dime to do it. He just says he wants to do it. So we got a lot of good people. We got a lot of good things going on. Like I said, my grandson's doing well. Everybody's doing well.
Glad to hear it.
It's just, it's been a good week so far. I will tell you, though, is that if you asked me what day it was today, I would have said it has to be Thursday or something.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I was cutting. I've been splicing and doing some editing on pictures and music and, stuff that I really admire my other friends do. You do it, and my friend Michael. And by the way, we have quite a few invites out, so we don't know who's going to pop in at any time, so who knows when anybody's going to stop
if
in.
anybody's kind of listening in and you got an invite, come on in. The door's open.
And if you don't have an invite, just message me right now and I'll get you an invite really easy. I'll copy and paste that really fast. I even invited Teresa, so
okay.
So I don't know if she's going to show up or not, but we don't know who's going to show up when, and
Teresa did a great show with me last week.
Yes, I saw that. So she can't tell me she's no shy no more.
We had a
great show. We had
a fun show with Gary last night, and everybody was cool in the gang, and Debbie joined in and stuff. And
yes,
our friend Debbie tomorrow night is having Theodora on at 8:00, so that's something to look forward to.
Yes, absolutely. And are you doing a show this week?
Not
or is
tomorrow.
It every other? Okay,
not tomorrow,
every other
but
week.
Thursday I will be on the air with Scott's Guide to an Imperfect Life.
Awesome.
Surviving an Imperfect Life. So I will be on Thursday night at 7:00.
Awesome.
So listen, if you want to tune in. And I will be taking, after this week, I will be doing the show each week at Thursday night, and I'll be taking guests. But for this first week, I'm just going to kind of set everything up and get into a groove. Unless somebody really wants to come in, and then I'll let them in. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's fun to be spontaneous. You never know what's going to happen that way. So that's really what we love doing.
I think we got to get Scott Ricardo on a show one time.
Yeah,
he's always got good comments.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
I have no idea. I don't even know what he looks like. I don't even know what he looks like. I mean, you can't tell by Facebook. You can't tell. Half the pictures of me on Facebook are either doctored or they're old.
Nah,
of course, everybody can see me now.
Nothing's old like this.
Scott Jones here, and do you love a green lawn? Do you love a clean lawn? But you don't want to do the work to get there? Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, you see, you haven't changed much. You haven't changed much. Your hair got a little bit darker, maybe. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
The beard is the hair's been about the same. The beard gets darker because I have to color it.
Yeah.
If not, it gets gray and patchy.
Yeah. Well, I change I do or dye my hair. I mean, let's remember 3 years ago when it was just flaming. It was just flaming, looking like this.
Oh.
That was 3 years ago.
Now, what went through your head when you said, "Let me dye my head purple"?
Well, you see, it's like this. I was dating this guy. He shows up on the show every now and then. And we were at a little small restaurant one of my friends own here, Mary's Fish Fries. And that's a good fish fry place, by the way. And if you ever come through Montana. And I was there and he was there with me. He lives out of town and he was there with me. And I said, "Hey, Mary, I'm thinking of coloring my hair purple." He looks at her and goes, "No, she's not." Wrong answer.
So you just did it to be rebellious.
So the next day he goes, "What do you want to do?" "I'm getting my hair colored."
Now,
I
if he
sure
didn't,
did.
if he didn't say no, you probably wouldn't have done it. That's just human nature.
Oh yeah,
The minute somebody says don't do something, we want to do it.
yeah, exactly.
And there's something
Exactly.
so wrong with that.
I know. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There she is. Look at this. Syracuse. Woohoo!
Right.
She's the only one close to Syracuse. Woohoo!
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Hi, beautiful. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Therese.
I'm honored. Oh, this is super nice. Super sweet. We're having a Scott sandwich right now.
A Scott sandwich. There you go.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
that doesn't sound
Middle.
right.
Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That looks better.
Oh, that's girl power.
I never have to dye my hair.
Oh, you're lucky, Michael. He's older than us too.
He's probably bald. That's why. That's why.
Like, come on, let's not put his laundry out there. Anyways.
No, well, he just said it. Did you see the picture of her with the purple hair, Therese?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You did?
Now, why would somebody,
Teresa, wouldn't you feel compelled if somebody told you, oh, you're not going to do that? What would you do?
Probably do it.
There you go. I rest my case. That's because he asked me, why were you compelled to do that? And so, not to repeat ourselves here on
it's because somebody told you not to. And the minute somebody tells you not to do something, then we feel like, screw you, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's an empowerment in that as far as making sure that you're doing it because you want to do it. And someone's opinion shouldn't change it unless you think, oh, maybe I need to think about that a little bit more or something, but not, it should be as we see it, right? This is what the show's about, as we see it. So as I saw it was, I want to try it. I want to see how I look. I'll tell you what, though, I got more compliments. Now, mind you, I was literally like the broad daylight was coming in, but normally it would be like right now, I have purple highlights in my hair, but you hit it just right, you'll see the purple. But from a distance, you wouldn't see the purple till you came, or I was in direct light. But it was just awesome. And I worked at a hotel, and when the fluorescent lights came on me, it was just really cool. It was just really cool. But I got more compliments, literally people coming from all over complimenting. Now, mind you, there was a couple of people go, wow, you have more guts than I do. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, I'm glad I got some guts here, I guess.
Nah, I can't do the purple hair thing. I can't do that.
Oh, but
It is a thing now, though. A lot of people have. I mean, we have so many patients come in. They've got so many different color hair, rainbows, green.
Yeah.
What, like adults?
Yes. Yes. People older than us, believe it or not.
Older women.
Yes.
What does that do? I don't even
You
get
know
it.
what? It's fun. I'll tell you what, so many people, it really, especially the kids and everything, it literally, like, I was impressed and surprised when people would say, wow, that looks so good on you. And I'll find some more pictures where it really looked the way it always did so that you get a better view or an idea of it. But seriously, people would like bend over backwards to tell me, and I'd tell them, thank you so much, because I actually did this because somebody said I couldn't do it, or else I wouldn't have probably never did it.
Well, I mean, come on, we all, I think we can all admit that we put some color in there now, but I mean, I don't get gray up here. I mean, a few gray hairs now and then, I guess, up in my head, but my beard just goes so gray. And the only reason I color it is because it looks really patchy, because it gets so gray here, but it's darker here. So it looks patchy. So I just want it evened out so it doesn't look bad. But I mean, do you guys
So it doesn't look bad.
No.
I mean, if you didn't dye your hair, would you guys be gray right now?
Hold on. I'm finding you some pictures. I'll show you. I went a whole year without doing my hair.
You didn't have gray hair, though.
What?
You didn't have any gray hair.
Who?
You.
Me?
You.
Yeah, I have gray hair. No, I have gray hair.
Oh, okay.
You see how much he knew with somebody he lived with?
That's the color. You were there when I did my roots. Got to do my roots.
I know, but it was I never noticed where it was like really like Like,
Well,
if
why
you
did you
did,
think she?
what do you guys think it would be if you didn't color it at all anymore?
I'm
Do you
gonna
even
show
know? Do
you.
you even know what it would look like?
Yeah,
I
I'm
probably
looking for it.
I would probably have gray like down to like here, like
What?
like in spots.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
know,
I'm
Yeah.
looking for it. I'm looking for it. You guys keep talking. I'm
but I get gray
Sir-
here, which I hate.
All right. All right.
I'm
gonna
looking for
shave my
you.
head and start over and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll
Shave
be a
it
fun
all off.
experiment.
Well, be careful what you wish for.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. No, bad stuff.
You could shave off
Um,
your beard and see what happens.
I can't. No.
Well, you can now. There's nobody there.
What do you mean now? You never would let me shave my beard off.
I know, but I'm not there anymore. You may do what you want. Do what you want.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to now.
I was gonna say,
Oh, you
dare him, Teresa. Got to use the reverse stuff now. Come on.
No,
You
the
have to
problem
say-
was, Lynn, the problem was is that whenever I took my beard down really close, and I'd done it a few times, I
You
look
mess
like
up.
I'm 12 years old.
Oh,
I look
really?
like really young without my beard. And that apparently is not a good thing. I just think I look stupid without it because I'm so used to seeing it.
Oh, that's funny. So did he ever surprise you and cut it off or something, and you just realized, oh my gosh, what have I done?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
well,
that daring. I'm not that daring with stuff.
no.
Once in a while, I get a haircut, and if it would be like a little bit like shorter than normal or something, but usually it's a mistake. I'm usually like, shit, I hate this. But I just got it cut last week. This girl spent an hour and 20 minutes cutting my hair.
What?
An hour and 20 minutes. What?
What did she do? Take her manual out to learn how to cut hair?
She was great. She just wanted to make sure she got everything the right way because I get pieces that stick out. I get like colics on the side. She made sure everything was just right. And then she went and I got the shampoo and the scalp massage and the eucalyptus towel. And then and then we go back to the chair and I got the neck and the shoulder massage. This is the thing I always get. And then when that was done, she went back and started cutting my hair again to make sure it was right. Then she dried it and put product in. It was an hour and 20 minutes.
Well,
and that all cost me $32.
Wow. And I have somebody that might want to chime in on hair products and hair colors. The one and only Mr. Rex Sykes. Welcome to the show, Rex.
He's not signed on yet. I mean, he's not.
I'm incognito again.
You know what? This is what Henry Lawrence did to me. Except we're wanting to see his face today. So welcome, Rex, to the stage.
Rex, we're talking about hair care today.
And that's why I'm not on camera because I washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it.
Rex, meet Teresa. She's also from Syracuse, New York area. And yeah. So welcome to the stage.
Teresa from Syracuse, New York area.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very good. It's nice to be here. I hope you're doing all fabulously.
I'm super excited you're here, Rex, and I'm excited that when I get to I'm looking for pictures with gray hair of mine. But in the meantime, I'm excited to hear about your upcoming movie. Is that definite date right before Father's Day, or?
I'm told that it is Father's Day, that is the day that it drops. How it drops, I don't know. Okay. Hopefully it'll drop with a big bang. And but
not a thud.
Yeah. No, I have no idea how they're doing it, and apparently neither does anybody else in the know. Or if they do know, they're not saying.
Well, I hope it has nothing to do with a place where they're losing a lot of stock. That's all I'm just saying.
I have no idea, but you would think three or 4 weeks out from the release of the movie, they'd know whether it was in theaters or it was in streaming or on Netflix or whatever. And whenever I've only asked, I think I've asked twice in the last year, a few weeks back and 6 months ago or something like that. And first answer was Father's Day, theaters. And then when I asked the last time, they're like, we don't know.
Wow.
It's a different Rex. It's a different world and different time now, my friend. And you can't just. It's not like the old days when say, okay, it's going to come out in theaters, then it's going to come out in video, then it's going to come out on TV. And today, with the streaming services, with the COVID, with the theaters not drawing in the way they used to, with people showing things first on HBO Max before they even go to a theater, then they go off HBO Max, then they end up in it's a whole different world now. I can't even imagine they've got it figured out yet.
Well, it became a whole different world. I mean, if historically you look at it, the studio system, pretty much tied up the movies until the 60s and then the early 70s. And then there was the avant-garde filmmakers who somehow could cobble together enough money to make independent movies. And so they did. People like John Cassavetes, because, even in the 70s to make a movie on 16 millimeter stock was prohibitive for most people. The phone, changed all that. Well, the first video, and then the iPhone kind of equalized that. I mean, anyone can make a movie. What's sad about that in some ways is that typically people who wanted to make movies in the past had an interest in making movies. They loved movies. They were, they knew the history of movies. When the phone came out and you could make a movie on it, then people who never ever thought about making a movie said, "Oh, I can make a movie." And everything changed. I mean, it took the money out of everything. The same thing happened to the world of self-publishing. Same thing happened in music. It becomes an equal playing field for more and more people, which produces more and more white noise, which again makes it, in the old days, the networks, tied up everything. Get rid of the networks, and they all rise again in one way or another. It kind of goes around and comes around.
But it sounds to me like you're saying it almost cheapens the art that anybody could just step up and make any crap instead of it having to require work and time and sweat equity. Well, now anybody could do anything.
Well, yes. And fortunately, people are the monitors of whether something makes it, successful or not. Not everything that's crappy gets an audience, and maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't. But what it really did was it made it so that there was just a lot of product, and then people like who the distributors went, well, we got a lot of product, we don't have to pay anybody any money in order to distribute their movie because everybody just wants their movie distributed. So they'll take a sandwich, in other words, they'll take whatever we give them. So and in the old days, and then I want you to carry on your conversation because I didn't come in here to talk about this, but in the old days, you would make a movie and you would pass it off to a distributor, and then they would handle it, for the life of the movie. Nowadays, if you make a movie, Scott or Lynn, you're pretty much tied to it for the life of the movie.
Wow.
I mean, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Therese would be the same. It's like you've got to get it out there because no one's going to do it for you. And the money isn't there to justify a lot of. I mean, you could spend 5 or 10 or 20 years trying to do something and then make no money on it. But
well, shoot, I think where we went wrong is when they allowed Blair Witch Project to be in the theaters. I mean, I think that made me so damn sick. I don't even know why that was in theaters or why I even paid for that movie.
Well, and
that's exactly it. You paid for that movie, so they nailed it.
Well, it's like the other one where the person sleeps through the whole movie, and at the end, there's like a 4-second payoff. I forget what that one was, Insidious or something or whatever. I don't know. I don't normally watch it, but here's the other thing. Everything is marketing. So it was Blair Witch, and then whatever else came out, I forget what it was promoted as some movie that was made for like $16,000 that made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh,
but Hollywood does one of two things: they either go it's really cheap and made a lot of money, or it's really expensive. I mean, you can't believe the press when it comes to releases of movies because it's all designed to get you to see the movie.
Yeah, good or bad.
Right, good or bad. Well, yeah, especially if it's bad, they want you to see it before word of mouth kills it.
It's just like that girl that's saying, "It's Friday," and people are like, "Look at this. This sucks." Everybody's looking at it just to see how bad it sucks.
Well,
hey, listen, it wasn't that long ago that I had a morning radio talk show. I was on television every morning and every afternoon, and it was a special thing. And now look at the four of us. We can just anybody can sit in their living room and go on to in front of millions of people.
Well,
So.
and then there's those people who then market that. In other words, I can make a career telling you to have a podcast. I can have a career telling you to do a show. I can have a career. So where it used to be in the handful of a few, it now anyone can do it. And then there are those people who go, pay me money and I'll show you how you too can be part of it. And so, I mean, on the one hand, it's nice because people who may never have done it do it, and they may be good. On the other hand, it's a lot of noise and you have to, sort through a lot of stuff. But again, I hate to say this, I really do, but in some ways the market does correct itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually, but I mean, we have been bamboozled over and over again into believing that somebody else can tell us how we're supposed to live our lives, how we're supposed to run our businesses, how we're supposed to do things. To a point, I mean, it started with these real estate people. This is how I made my millions. Now, if you pay me $69.99, I'll send you my secret to making millions.
Isn't
It
that
turns out the
Carlton
secret is finding a bunch of assholes who are going to purchase this thing for $69.99. That's the secret.
What it should tell everybody is that the market for whatever was going on dried up. So then they found a new way segment to market to. Same thing with life coaches. At one time it was get coaching. Now it's be a coach. Yeah. After that, it'll be, be something else. But but at any rate, I want to hear from Teresa. I don't want to be talking all this time.
I was just going to ask Teresa. I mean, I don't even know if it's big up there. All the coaching and stuff. Are you seeing that up there too? Like life coaches and these coaches and that coaches?
No, not really. But the pyramid companies, those MLMs, those are huge still all over Facebook. But you got to pay. You pay me monthly, and I'm the big honcho, and they're not actually really even selling anything. They're making from people they have below them that are paying them monthly.
Yeah, right. They're saying, and you could go out and sell this and make all this money, but what you're going to do first is you're going to pay me monthly to get a bunch of product that you're going to have to find a way to unload, right?
Right, and then if you get 20 people under you, then you'll be making this amount of money.
Yeah. Well, it is a sad commentary. I'm going to have Julie Anderson on my thing that she was in and she was selling some hair products and it was network marketing and she really uncovered a lot of stuff and she's now big on TikTok. She's huge on TikTok, very successful. And
so who do we blame? Do we blame Avon or do we blame Amway? Which one?
Yeah, Amway.
Yeah.
Amway.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Are they still around?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
What's that?
Go ahead, Teresa.
Oh, I got sucked into that pyramid scheme. I was selling that skincare for a while.
Oh, that's right.
We leave names out. I don't want anybody to come back on my podcast here, but we could talk generic. We could talk. Meanwhile, while we're talking about hair products, here's some of my hair. Different than there's the gray.
That looks pretty.
And I don't think it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty.
I think that looks pretty.
Yeah. And so this is the same haircut, but and then so depending on the light, it's just depends.
It's funny that you brought up the Blair Witch Project because just as Tara was home. And I said to her, "You've never seen Blair Witch, right? Because, she likes those scary movies." So we watched it.
Well, you watched it?
Yeah.
Did it nauseate you, though?
It was on Hulu or something.
Did it nauseate you, though?
No, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was, for the time, I thought it was a pretty cool concept. And then when it ended, she was upset. But then I told her the story behind it, that it really wasn't these kids. It was really a movie made to look that way.
Right.
So she was believing it was a documentary while she was watching it.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. That's what they were supposed to make you believe. So they did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the beginning to the whole reality TV as we see it now.
Lynn, I got to tell you though, Lynn Raxman, I mean, Teresa and I, for 10 years, watching movies together, she would never watch the scary stuff.
Really?
And they even talked me, her and my daughter Cordy talked me into taking them to see one of the Final Destination movies. So I paid money, which I'm a cheap bastard. I don't like paying for shit. And I paid money. We got popcorn. We did all that. And I had my daughter on one side and Teresa on the other. They're both holding my arm with their faces in my shoulder, not looking at the screen for 98% of the movie. And I'm like, what the hell did I pay for? What did I pay for? If they just wanted to listen, we could have sat outside the theater, put our like ears to the wall and listened. And every once in a while they'd say like, "Oh, is it over? Is it over?" And I'd say, "Yeah, it's over," but it wasn't. I'd make them look just to see the eyeball pop out, right?
People pay to get scared. That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I took my mom to The Exorcist when it opened.
No way.
We were in Minnesota. We were traveling and we were in a hotel and I said, "Hey, I want to go to a movie. You want to go?" And she said, "Sure." So we went to The Exorcist, and we actually, and at that time, I mean, it was just released and in theaters, but they were already the stories of people dying in the aisles and throwing up and this, that, and the other. And we laughed through the whole movie. I mean, we thought, wow, this is stupid. I'm in Los Angeles with an acting coach of mine and a former student in the class who was a very devout Boston Catholic. So we went and saw the movie because Jason Miller was a friend of the acting coach and was going to be coming into the class to talk. So we went and saw the movie. I sat between the two of them, and the Boston Catholic, I swear, gave me permanent impressions in my arm. I mean, he would grab me and scream, and I mean, he scared the crap out of me watching this movie. The movie was the same movie I saw in Minnesota, but the experience of sitting with him was frightening.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that is
so your friends who buried their chest, I mean, who buried their heads in your shoulders, and they make that experience. They're they can be terrified watching something, and you remained aloof. However, you're like, hey, I'm cool. I'm here.
Yeah, I had no feeling in my fingers at the end of the movie, but I enjoyed it. It's you know what? That's not a bad thing to ask people. It's like, what is a movie that scares you? Because for everybody, it's different.
Yeah.
Like just what is a movie that scares you?
I used to get into the My Bloody Valentines.
Okay.
Back in the day, the Jason, the slasher movies back in the day would scare me. But it'd be one of those, oh my gosh, I can't look, and literally be like that, But I remember my parents had drive-throughs, the drive-ins back in the day, and I was too damn young. It wasn't Jaws, but because that scared me too. But oh my gosh, I was so little. Remember Carrie? I went to a drive-in theater and saw that. That scared me. I couldn't go to a cemetery for a long ass time because I just thought a hand would come out and grab me. Yeah, that's scary.
Because so often kids just hang out and play in cemeteries.
Well, I had an aunt that lived right next to the cemetery. So
there you go. Okay.
So I was like, I'm not going over there to play. Rose Hill, actually. You know where Rose Hill is, right? Yeah, Rose Hill Cemetery over there. Yeah. So
how about you, Therese? What movie scares you?
I won't watch zombie movies.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Although that's not true because you did watch World War Z.
I did not know that was a zombie movie.
All she saw was Brad Pitt. She didn't know it was a zombie movie. Boy, they really got her though.
But then you couldn't help but finish watching it, right?
True. I did have to finish watching it.
Yeah, to see how it ends.
It was very disappointing. One of the only shirts where Brad Pitt did not take off his shirt. One of the only movies where he did not take off his shirt. That was very disappointing for her.
You should get your money back on that one then. What about you, Rex? Was there ever a movie being scary, being how you played in movies that were pretty creepy back in the day? Let's be honest.
Like Dumbo. Three Stooges Go Around the World in 80 Days. I mean, it's funny. I mean, there was a movie that I saw. I can't tell you what it was. I saw it on TV when I was a kid, it was in repeat on syndication, and it scared me so much that I shut it off. And then I watched it another time, and it scared me so much I shut it off. And then I would watch it. It had to do with somebody drowning, I believe. If I was 10 or 11 years old, and my sister was 7 or 8 years old, and we'd get up and watch these movies late at night. And then my parents saw it, and all I remember is we were at some party like on a Sunday afternoon, and they were talking about how horrifying this movie was. Now think about this: this movie may have been in the 40s, 50s, 60s. I have no idea, but it was terrifying.
Was it a Vincent Price movie or something?
Nope. Nothing. I mean, I've looked for it for all these years. I have at least a dozen movies that I have scenes from and or pieces of that I've been trying to track down for years. I've never, ever, ever been able to do that. The only time I ever really lucked into something was I remember in Texas watching a movie, and I've seen it a bunch of times, and I can remember where I was. I was in Fort Worth, Texas. I was sitting on the porch with the TV set watching this movie in the morning, and about 20 years ago, I was at a party with a bunch of magicians, and they were they were movie buffs, and one of them had written a number of books on movies. And I said, okay, so here's the thing. There's a movie that was the precursor to Alien, where these guys are on a spaceship, and the alien, and you never see it. They go, "It, Terror from Beyond Space." And I went, "Really?" And they go, "Yeah." And I bought the movie, and sure enough, that was the movie that I saw when I was a kid, and it's the only time anyway. And they instantly knew what I was talking about.
Wow.
The difference between my memory and the actual movie was, I thought, similarly to Alien, you never saw the alien. It was always in the dark. It was a film noir horror film, but it's called It, Terror Beyond Space, and you can find it. I think you might even be able to watch it for free on YouTube or something. But it is what Alien was decades later in the 80s, and but it doesn't hold up the way I had hoped it would. Because you do see the alien, and of course it looks like some guy in a rubber suit, as opposed to, the alien that we saw in the 80s. So,
yeah.
I think, but I mean, in terms of effects, one of the first movies that was noticeably, appreciably different was The Thing with Kurt Russell, because those special effects, these were all practical, no CGI, and you went, holy crap, how do they do that?
Yeah,
I don't watch any of the Saw movies, or any of the torture porn things. I mean, those I just go, I don't need that.
So yeah, but you've been in a couple scary movies, right?
Everything I've ever done has been scary, even the non-scary stuff. Shooting Star is a nightmare film.
Is it really?
I'm kidding. It should be a feel-good movie. It should be a really nice feel-good movie. But then
for Father's Day. What are you trying to say? You didn't deliver a baby or anything.
Right.
Wow.
Michael
says the Blob. Yes.
Which one? The original or
it's got to be the original with Steve McQueen.
Right.
It's got to be. I mean, what the remake had.
How about Michael Langdon and I Was a Teenage Werewolf?
Oh yeah, that's a classic. That wasn't scary though.
No, I know think about it. But that is the thing that's amazing. I mean, you go back and look at Universal's Dracula and Frankenstein and a little bit, and people were scared of that stuff back then. I mean, when I was growing up as a kid, those were scary movies. I mean, they weren't terrifying, but they were scary.
How can you be scared of Frankenstein? He moves so slow. It's like that'd be like being chased down by Ozzy Osbourne, for crying out loud. There's no way. I mean, he comes in the room.
But Ozzy Osbourne today, not Ozzy Osbourne 40 years ago.
Oh no, Ozzy today.
Yeah,
like, Sharon.
Well, Bela Lugosi and Vincent Price, he was good.
Lon Chaney, Christopher Plummer was in a lot of the old ones.
By the way, I want to tell you something about Christopher. You're talking about Christopher Plummer or Christopher Lee?
Both of them. Christopher Lee
Plummer,
as well.
I met Chris Plummer on the set of The Money Changers. It was Kurt Douglas was doing the movie The Money Changers, and I was there as a guest and stuff. And as I was leaving, Christopher Plummer came in. So this is 1970, between say 75 and 1980, somewhere in there. Christopher Plummer, I mean, now he passed away in the last couple of years as an old guy. He was the most, and I swear to God, he was the most charismatic, person I had ever met. His presence was total energy and stardom contained. And here we are. Where we first met was in between doors, because on a sound station there's a door in, and then there's another door in. So you're kind of like in an airlock, like in the spaceships,
Yeah.
once you enter. And between those two doors is where we met. And then he came in and we stood and talked, myself and one or two other people with him. I have never forgot that moment. It was the most impressive moment. And I've met tons of stars and lots of big names. Nobody compared to this man's presence.
Wow. You should have started singing Edelweiss.
Yeah, I don't think it would have gotten me anywhere.
It's Teresa's favorite, one of her favorite movies, Sound of Music.
He'd probably have said, I can sing that better than you can.
You know what, Rex? There's some people that just have that kind of presence. I've met a lot of people just being in radio and doing the things I did, as far as like music people, but these are, because of the genre I was working in, I was meeting people like Danny and the Juniors and Sha Na Na and people like that. Wow. It was really neat to meet them and have time with them, Frankie Ford and all those guys. But
so
the one guy,
Bowser.
What?
Bowser.
Yeah, John Bowman.
No.
Oh, you hung out with him?
No, I said you hung out with Bowser.
Yeah, I hung out with him. Yeah, he used to come in the studio every once in a while. Wow, cool. We used to have Eddie Mecca come in the studio, sure. Carmen Ragusa.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Come in the studio. And,
he passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, he struggled with, with his issues and stuff, but he was a good guy. But I'm going to tell you, Rex, I know that feeling because I met one person one time and I've never been like gobsmacked where I didn't even know what to say. And it was Jim Brown, the old football player. When I met him.
Uh-huh. Cool.
I shook hands with him and I almost wet myself. I'm going to tell you right now. The man was like 140 years old at the time. But when he looked at you, it looked like he was piercing through your soul when he looked at you. I've never been like so mesmerized, but yet terrified by another human being. Wow. He was just, it was just his presence. And I couldn't imagine what looking at him across a football field would look like as he's running towards. I just could not imagine those people, but he was an amazing presence. He just carried himself a certain way.
Scott, at my brother's funeral, Henry Lawrence, we had a moment where everybody could come, stand up and talk. And we had over 400 people at his funeral. And so people were standing up and talk. And there was like this 1 minute after my nephew had been seeping, crying and whatever. And my sister talked. And all of a sudden, this guy, he stands up. He's 6'5". And he's just tall and buff. And his presence, and he sang a cappella, Amazing Grace. He sang a couple songs. And it was just like, I don't know who he is, but he's just amazing, and he's just like, I loved your brother and all this stuff. And, they're like, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he gave me his phone number. He's kept in contact with me. I mean, it's just a great presence. Just, he's one of those that you don't even have to say what he's done in his career. He sings amazing, and he's just him, and that's what my brother treated him, just him. And so it's just pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I've also met actors. I worked on this will be narrowing it down without me naming anything, but I will say that I was taking care of the media for the Extreme Makeovers. They came here and they did a house here, a chicken coop. They redid it. And I think that was back in, 2006 or something like that. Anyways, one of the actors on there was just a little full of himself, really. It was very disappointing because, when you meet somebody and they're just so not what you think they are, it's also sad. But then again, there was an actor on there that all he said is, I'm taking time for you guys because without you, I wouldn't be anything. And it's like, now that's a humble guy, but it's
always fun to do this with people. I don't know why this is all random shit.
Yeah.
Right Rex, I'm so glad you could deal with our randomness here. It's so cool. But
he's awesome.
So we talked about scary movies and stuff. Mine was Jaws, by the way, the one that scared me.
Jaws.
Yeah. But I loved the movie, but it made me so I couldn't go in the water. I mean, I was like afraid to go in the ocean. I mean, I never go in very deep and I don't go in alone, and I'm but now I watch it backwards though, and it's a much more fun movie if you watch it backwards. See, it's about a deserted island, and then this big fish shows up and it starts throwing up so many people they have to open the beaches. So it's much more fun to watch it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we're talking about people that we've met or people that we'd like to meet, or even Therese would like the Brad Pitt, and I always liked Sandra Bullock, and if you could meet somebody and spend an afternoon with one person, and we'll even do the living or dead thing. But people talk about this and they say it like in a funny way. But if you could seriously spend time with one person, who would it be? Who would it be? Anybody who wants to shout it out, shout it out.
Teresa or Rex, you're our guest.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. That's a great question. And anybody watching, if you want to mention.
What are you thinking?
Me?
Teresa? Yeah.
Living or dead. Well, you said living or dead, right?
Yeah.
I'm torn between Marilyn or Princess Diana because I really want answers. Those are both like big conspiracies. So I would like answers.
That's a great answer.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a great answer.
That's really good.
As long as the afternoon isn't spent in the back of Diana's car.
Yeah.
Because you pick the wrong afternoon, it's going to end in a very bad way. I'm just telling you. You got to pick the right afternoon if you're going to do it.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Is it too soon? It's only been 20 years? All right.
Yeah. Something like that.
What about you, Lynn?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, back in the day, I would have said Jerry Lewis because I just loved the fact that he would do the telethons and he had just so much compassion, and my brother picked up his mannerisms and stuff. I mean, and I love comedy. So, I mean, that's back in the day. Now I don't know. It's so hard to say. It's hard to say. There's just a plethora of people I would love to just, sit down and talk with. So yeah, I'm not sure. Thought leaders. I loved, thought leaders. I'm really into hearing different perspectives and stuff like that. So I would say that.
Michael's asking, what was the question again? The question, Michael, was that if you could actually spend an afternoon with somebody living or dead. I know we ask that question all the time of people, but if you put some thought into it, I mean, who would you really want to spend time with, living or dead, to learn about them and get to know them and do that kind of thing? How about you, Rex? Do you have anybody in mind?
Well, are you saying we could have a tea party with dead people at the table?
Yes.
Yes, but this isn't like dig them up and put them at the table thing.
Like a psycho party, that kind of thing. Is that what you're saying? If you could spend time with a dead person, how would you like to do it?
Yes. And Rex, can you see us or not?
Where?
I should have asked.
Or you mean because I'm not on camera?
Yeah, because you're not on camera. Because I keep thinking I'm making these faces. I got to watch out if he can see them or not.
He can see us. He can see us.
Okay,
yeah, it's kind of like a one-way, two-way mirror. I can see you guys. You just can't see me.
He's in our witness protection program.
Listen.
That's just from now on. Rex is just going to look like that kind of 8-ball thing in the middle.
Remember, I'm the little white guy in the center.
Listen, he thinks he's in Clubhouse. That's all I got to tell you.
Oh, there you go. That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah, that was okay.
All right. So, what was your answer, Rex?
Oh well, I'm going to sandbag this one. I would spend time with my authentic self,
as opposed to you don't normally.
No, if I could meet anyone living or dead, it would be who I truly am, like who I was before I was.
Yeah,
born.
that's cool. I like that answer. So like he'd say, okay, so what's my mission on Earth?
Yeah.
What's
who was I before I was born?
Yeah. And why did I pick here? Why did I pick my parents? And why?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you talking like reincarnation kind of thing?
Or a pink carnation?
Or pink carnation.
I'm probably going to be reincarnated as a chair.
There you go.
That way I'll be dealing with assholes all the time.
Right, and you're nobody's stool.
Somebody's stool. Holy crap. Dog shit or diamonds. That's what Rex says.
Now, Michael took my answer, by the way.
Well,
what did he say?
Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley.
Really?
I would spend time with Elvis Presley And I think part of it
Thank you
is
very much.
because, thank you very much. Time. We'll have some peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter banana sandwich. Yeah. I think it's a twofold thing. Is one is because he is the rag to riches kind of story, but he's also the tragedy of rags to riches when people just kind of put the riches before the health, before the mental health, before everything else. But he's brilliant. He was funny. He was very serious about his craft for much of his life until the end. I find him interesting, and I think I'd want to spend time with him just to find out, what went wrong. Why, with all the people in his life, where did it go wrong?
Same thing.
And it's just a question I work on with everybody that I work with addictions and mental health issues and stuff like that. Is like, what was that turning point for you, and what happened?
I can answer that.
Go ahead.
But not for him.
Okay.
But I kind of said this, I think this morning, I think it was in Clubhouse. I believe it could have been yesterday or a year ago. I don't know, but
what happened? Time's funny that way, right? Those
of you who have spent time around famous people, whether they're in film or music or politics or religion or thought leaders or whatever, understand that there's a public persona versus the private persona. Right. And what typically happens, I always say, success is an overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. It usually takes 10 or 15 years unless you're an eight-year-old child, and then it's a different story. And what happens to 8-year-old children is not unlike what happens to adults. In order to be successful, you need to prepare yourself. You need to transform yourself. You need to understand what's coming. And you can look at Napoleon Hill. You can look at the people that made it big in the financial arena at the time. He said, of the 520 I modeled, only one of them actually had a peaceful and good life. And the rest either committed suicide or died alcoholics or drug addicts or had family issues or whatever, because no one can prepare you for that onslaught of what happens when you become famous. And especially today, the paparazzi never leaves you, the stalkers never leave you, the hackers never leave you, the people come after you, the people want you. You think I'm going to coast, and then you realize it's like a bell curve. If you don't keep working at it, you're forgotten. And then you have all the yes people who don't bother to tell you the truth. So you're surrounded by sycophants who support you in whatever. And unless you transform yourself and are prepared for success, it's likely they're not going to be able to handle success, or you're going to ultimately end up either you burn out or you do something to leave the success, or ultimately you learn and you grow and become a better person and a more successful person. But people like Elvis, he was 42. He didn't even get very far in life when he passed off. So and there are a lot. Marilyn was 36. A lot of them die young because they're and whether Marilyn died at the hands of someone else or at her own hand is the mystery. Yeah. I think they're all on an island. I think Elvis and Kennedy and Michael Jackson and James Dean.
Yeah.
Wait. There's a chink in your theory though, Rex, because I will buy a few of these people that are on an island. The Jim Morrison might be on an island somewhere. Elvis, no, because you have to sit around and have a meeting first. And what you have to do is say, how are we going to fake our death? And somebody says airplane and somebody says car crash. And Elvis says, I want to die on the toilet. I don't buy that.
Well, maybe that's the shitty story they
he said, I want to die on a throne.
And they misunderstood what he said. I got it.
You got to be careful what you say out there, people, because it will come true.
but that's a good argument for suspecting that he didn't, fake his death.
That's not the death you would choose. That's not what you would say that.
I don't think most people would choose that one.
No, but I like the throne.
Joe, I should send a link to Joe.
But I will tell you, I was driving. I can tell you exactly where I was. I got off the 5 freeway and I was on the Los Feliz off ramp. And I was halfway off the off ramp before I got to Los Feliz Boulevard. And it came on the news on KLH in Los Angeles AM radio said Elvis Presley's dead. And I had a friend who worked for Radio and Records magazine. So I got home, I called him. He said, yep, it's true. It's true. And I said, wow, that's really, he said, and then he said, and apparently he died on the toilet. And I was like, what? They go, he died in the bathroom. I'm like, no. He said, yeah, but nobody knows this yet, kind of thing, So it was, but whenever, I forget the day, but which 1977, correct?
Yeah, we were living on Sealy then, Scott.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember there was like, it came out, Elvis died, and then it was like, wait a minute, did he really die? It was one of those things where it's like it almost wasn't confirmed right away, and then it was, and then it's not like today with the media we have today. Somebody's plane's going down, we know about it before it even hits the ground.
Look at what Joe said.
Elvis said, I don't care how I die, just let me get away from these crazy people.
Well, what's funny is my brother Mark and I would say that I think it was my mom and my dad that killed him because they bought tickets to go, because he was supposed to come to Syracuse. Remember he was supposed to come to Syracuse right before he died.
Chris had tickets to go. He was bombed.
Oh, I bet. What a crappy way to die.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I went and saw Freddie Mercury, and then he died. I went and saw Jerry Garcia, and then he died. So I thought, this is a great power I have.
Yes, it is.
So I went and saw Taylor Swift. She's still around. I don't know. She's still there.
Wow.
I guess I ran out of power.
Joe Ingram said something. 1977, Elvis was the
only
but
Elvis died the same week that Groucho Marx died.
From pot use.
Right. Oh, that's
hilarious, Joe.
That's good. That's good.
It's the only one that died from pot use. Oh my God. I got to use that.
Joe, come on. I sent you a link. Come over here.
I bet there's a lot of jokes you could make. He died flush.
Oh. Oh, that's just so wrong.
It is bad. But
oh shit.
But he died the week that Groucho Marx died, and Dick Cavett was really upset because Groucho had been around a lot longer than Elvis, and almost no one knew that Groucho died. Elvis, eclipsed the death of Groucho Marx, and Dick Cavett wrote a letter, and all upset that here this comic icon dies, and nobody gives him this letter.
He died on the same day.
No, within that same week.
Okay. He died on the same day.
No, within that same week.
Oh, we got an echo going on here.
Yeah, I think it's Joe. He just showed up. There we go. Welcome, Joe, to the stage. Joe Ingram, the one and only genius. He just showed up. There we go. He's to the stage. Joe Ingram.
Still trying to figure out the sound.
He's got us on 3D. He's got us 3D.
It's like deja vu all over again.
I can't do this. All these voices in my head. I quit doing drugs years ago because of that shit. I can't.
We're having a relapse on the show. No. Goodness gracious.
What do you think about this, Therese?
About what?
About all of it.
So do I just make my smart ass comments now, or do I still type them?
No.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what the rules are.
Now, why am I not invited to your live streams, Joe?
Off Facebook. There we go.
Yeah.
My apologies. I'm like, I still hear myself. What is going on? Yes.
That'd take a moment.
So Joe made a comment, says, I will not be inviting Scott to my live streams. What did I do?
You make people die.
So, that's
Did I die?
Yeah, so
you just killed your spot on being in his spot. You see?
I know.
He's like, I killed Garcia. I'm like, dude, don't come watch any of my live streams. That's all I'm saying. Because I suppose a live stream's not the same, but I figure, I may end up like maimed or something, and it's what happened? Scott.
This is a podcast too, so I haven't heard him be interviewed on other podcasts, so we're good. Joe, welcome to the stage. You're an amazing, awesome guy. I love you. I'll be interviewing him here soon. He's just an amazing guy. He connects people together, and he's just a genius.
So busy. Lynn said, "Here's my calendar," and I was like, I was into July, and still going. Can't do that. Oh wait, can't do. Jeez, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, I'm booked, and I think I'm booked all the way up to July, right? Yeah,
Yes.
now. So yeah.
So am I.
But-
So it's even.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm booked through like 10 o'clock tonight. So
It's good
And
to
Joe-
feel wanted, isn't it, Scott?
I don't like to make plans that far in advance. I just
Right.
can't think that way.
So this is cool. We've got, I kid you not, we've got everybody in each time zone. Teresa and Scott are Eastern. Rex is in Central. I'm in Mountain, and Joe is in Pacific. We got all time zones representing right now.
Right.
Where are you out
I'm
in
in
California?
California where we have no weather. Yeah.
What part of California are you in?
Southern Cal,
Oh,
Orange
nice.
County.
Nice.
We got an Orange County in New York too.
It's
Which
not as
part
cool
of
as
Orange
ours.
County?
Yeah. I'm in Irvine.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, just kidding. I've been there.
It's behind the orange curtain where things
yeah.
don't matter to us. We pay
I've been to the
$6.50
little John
a
Way
gallon.
Airport.
You haven't lived, Lynn, until you spent time in the city of industry.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I never wanted to go to California because I was always worried about the earthquakes. The one day I went there, April in 2002 or whatever, they had a small little damn earthquake. But I lived to tell. I didn't even know it happened, but I thought it was funny. I was at the John Way Airport. I think that's right.
10 minutes
that's the
from
name
here.
of it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow morning as I fly to Texas. So
So you'll be in Central Time then.
I'll be in Central just so I can match whoever's
Everybody.
in Central.
Rex.
I like California. California is the only state where anybody ever got my name wrong. Because with a name like Scott Jones, you never have to explain it to anybody. But I went to a restaurant in San Diego, and I was waiting outside. And when they came out to call my name, they said, "Mr. Jonas, Mr. Jonas," and I realized that was me.
Nice.
I didn't know you were Mexican, Scott.
Yes.
Well, it's
You went
he's
Cajones
multicultural.
Grande.
You can tell by looking at him. My goodness, there's like 4 languages in there. Yeah.
Oh, you see, now you got somebody to compete with here, Scott. No.
Scott, we're not here to compete, but I'll win.
I think you should do that though,
But
Scott.
I'll
When you head out west, put a big CA in front of Jones. You'll be
Scott
Cajones.
Cajones. There we go.
Rex, I'm sure there's a delay getting to the Eastern time zone.
I like we all did the pause as we're doing our English and they're saying, okay, CA.
Who knows?
Okay, so I'm thinking
We're all hooked
California
on
Jones.
phonics
What
and
does
trying
that
to
mean?
flip it to Spanish.
And you go, no, it's California Jones. It's CA California Jones. And
That's
you
what I
go,
was thinking.
CA, get it?
Mr. Cajones. And you go, sí, muy grande Cajones.
Mucho grande, excelente.
Yeah, and he heard that, and he learned that from his friend here, the Italian. Yeah, okay.
No, I got no shot. I took French for 4 years in high school and 2 years in college. I could count to 10 and ask where the bathroom is. That's it.
Yeah,
I got
Spanish
no shot
1
at
and
surviving.
2. Spanish 1 and 2, and the only thing I got from my instructor was silencio absoluto por favor. That's all I ever heard. Joe, just shut up. That's all he was saying. Will you shut up? Will you shut up? I'm like, no, I'm trying to learn. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
wasn't.
tell you that I failed Spanish all of my life in junior high, in high school, and in college. And then when I went back to school, I had to take 2 semesters of it. And the second semester was all Spanish. And I couldn't, for the life of me, conjugate a verb in Spanish to save my life. And we had an oral exam and a written exam, and I'd pretty much blown the written exam. And so the oral exam came up, and we were supposed to talk on a topic, and we had a partner. And when it came to the exam, the partner sandbagged me and said, we're going to talk on a topic we hadn't rehearsed. So I'm now just, I'm really getting crappy. I can barely get through the thing. So they had a party, and I know I'm getting an F. I know I'm failing this course. So at the party, I asked a friend of mine, I said, I want to memorize a particular phrase. And so she taught me this phrase. I don't remember what it is now, but at a particular time during the party, the teacher was serving everybody punch. And I said in Spanish, I said, I can't speak Spanish at all when I'm nervous. I just lose all of it. And she heard me say this and turned around and went, bueno, and then said something in Spanish. And I kind of looked at her. I had no idea what she said. And I shrugged. She gave me a C-.
Wow.
I passed Spanish because I literally cheated. I uttered a memorized phrase in Spanish behind her back, and she thought, "Oh, the guy actually does speak Spanish."
Is it really cheating, Rex? It seems to me like you were creatively solving a problem.
Yeah, it was enterprising, wasn't it? I managed
Yes,
to finagle my grade.
You
See,
saw a
and
problem, you dealt with it.
And that is how Joe Ingram works. He looks at things at a different perspective and always brings
usually
light to
a
it.
jacked up way. I looked at it the most, obnoxious and insulting way possible. But
so he's got a podcast called War Games. You want to explain that real quick, Joe?
So my podcast is Sales Genius. Then I have a private group training, which is called War Games, where we tackle different subjects every week, and it's alive in the group. And so when you go into the group, we talk. I bring in guest speakers. I've had Sharon Lecter come on and teach us how to exit rich. And but I go through and open up the Rolodex and go, hey guys, come in and teach somebody how to sell one more thing today. And so that's what everybody does to come in on War Games. Then I'll usually grab some of the audios when I have a guest speaker, and I'll throw it out on my podcast as well.
Debbie's been on there. Yeah,
yes.
I'll have to post her thing.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And Joe got interviewed by her last week, so he was a great guest. So, anyways, you guys, we're at 1:11, 1 hour and 11 minutes.
Oh my
and
gosh,
24
isn't that like an
seconds.
angel number?
Yeah.
Don't we make a wish or something like that?
Yeah, we need to make a wish. So, in closing, anybody? Let's start with Joe. Joe, how long were you watching or stalking us before you came in and joined in?
I started my smart ass comment the second I launched it.
Oh, okay. So it's
that's
been
why
a
I was
little
like,
while.
I'm like, oh, hold on, let me go in here.
Yeah.
We got Rex telling stories, Scott talking about killing people. I'm like, if we're gonna go confess today on Lynn and Scott show, let's go in there.
Yeah, I just fudged on on an exam. I didn't kill Jerry Garcia.
Correct. And I was thinking, I have so many things to add in the comments of where I buried the bodies. And I was like, maybe it's easier just to click the link with Lynn and tell everybody where to go dig it up.
Yeah.
Teresa,
welcome
to the podcast world. You've been sitting in the corner there. I hope you've had a bird's eye view to this. What do you got to say about all the shenanigans tonight? I hope you'll be back.
You, Therese.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Therese.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. I'll be back sometime. Well, Scott and I are gonna maybe do something.
We're actually going to start a show called The X's.
Yes,
because we were together for 11 years, and 10 years.
Almost.
Don't give yourself credit, Scott. Come on.
I know.
One of the reasons why was your inability to tell the truth, Scott.
and apparently count.
Yeah, exactly.
But
he embarrassed her every time they paid the check. He was like $1. She's like, how many times do we have to go over it? 10%. Move the decimal place over. Come on.
And she's a nurse, so she's very proficient. So there you go.
So this is news to me. So before you close, you guys were a couple for 11 years.
No, 10 years, apparently.
10 years.
I guess 1 year I dreamed about it.
This is how lies get perpetrated all over the place.
Oh, this is too funny. And I met Scott. He was my first boyfriend 2 years before that because Scott moved, I moved. And Teresa, I never met her, but she went to school with people I went to school with for a school year. So we have mutual friends. I
didn't know this was a kiss and tell all show.
Yeah, this is we're and then I met up with them.
For the record, I've
done
none of you.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. Okay.
Yeah, East Coast meets West Coast.
Rex, if your camera's on, I may recognize something, but no.
All set in the dark. Let's leave the camera on.
Right. Exactly.
I love it. So, anyways, but yeah, an X thing would be really good, Scott. And Scott tried to be when he was in high school with me. I give him a hug, give him a kiss, and say, "Hey, have a great day." And he'd buy flowers for all these girls, and he just did his own thing during the day. So, Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you people go back a ways.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do go back a ways.
I think all the stories. I think all the stories
should
add up to
back that
Scott's a
bus up.
whore.
Yeah.
Scott's a whore. That's what we're talking about
That's
here.
pretty much what it was.
Yeah,
It
that's pretty
literally
much
was
what it
like,
is.
hey, is that Scott?
Well,
Here
Scott-
comes Lynn with the bus. Boom, boom, boom. What was that? Let me back up, Scott. Let's talk about high school where you were a whore. Beep, boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. Yeah. Not really
Oh.
sure that was helping, Lynn. Yeah. She's just making sure you stay exes, evidently. That's what she's saying. No chance of reconciliation. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the truth, though. The God's honest truth is that we were like, at least, you know, if I'm wrong, then just back me up on this anyway. We're best friends, but we're best friends. But you know, just it
Keep
was
smiling, Therese. Keep smiling.
Yeah,
Don't,
keep smiling.
don't let your face tell the truth. That's why Rex does not have the camera on, right? Rex, you can tell when he's about to just giggle because you see the little bubble go
Isn't
bigger.
that
And you're
amazing?
like,
Watch
he's
that. Yeah,
giggling.
there it goes. There it goes.
He's humored. He's humored.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't it be cool if your head did that?
Oh, that was
Like that should be a new, like, one of those things, like,
Oh,
what do they call them on phone filters, where your head vibrates when you speak? Or
Maybe you
pulsates?
can make that in the metaverse.
There
right?
you
Yeah.
go.
You go in there and just like, hi, and you're like, I know who's talking.
Yeah.
There you go.
That would really help all us.
Yes.
And
See,
That-
Scott's talking or Scott's thinking something
That-
inappropriate. I can't tell.
that would really
I
help
can't
all
believe
of
it.
us NLP people, wouldn't it? It'd really be trippy.
I can't even spell NLP, so it's stop.
Yeah,
Too many-
I know.
too
I
many-
go NPO, LP, yeah, PNL,
Right.
yeah,
The
NLP.
PLO, it's totally different.
Yeah,
Don't bring
there
them
you
into this.
Joe, you need to join the party a little bit sooner next time. But you've got an open invitation to this platform here. We love having you here. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. My
And so-
pleasure.
And so, Rex, any last parting words from you?
No.
That's
Why,
awesome.
thank you, Rex.
That was.
Don't
And now
hurt yourself
back to
there,
you in
pal.
the
Don't
studio.
hurt yourself.
Yeah.
The
Not really
professional,
sure.
the
The
professional
guest-
actor here.
Yeah, the guest just fell over. So back to you in the studio.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me see something. Let me
We
see.
couldn't see Rex's
wait.
hand signal at that point,
Here,
but I think there was
wait.
only one digit raised.
Here you
Yeah, I
go.
own the things I do. I can also change the things I do. So
And-
it's all
and the
about
work-
owning your behaviors.
And the work that you do when you're training people to help other. I just back my own glasses up.
That's a great blooper for later. I needed a blooper. I got it now.
Fantastic. Wow. Did that really happen?
Man, you really tossed
Wait, wait.
those fuckers.
How hard is it to find your glasses when you knock your glasses off your face? Because now you can't see.
Man, that was some
There
turn
you
there.
are.
That
That
was
is-
some turn. Whoa.
How many times I lose my glasses and can't see them to find them?
Are you nervous? Did we make you
Oh,
nervous
you
or
Rex.
something?
Yeah. As an example, I just sabotaged myself.
I knew he was going to turn this into an example. like
When
that.
you don't have an answer, throw your glasses across the room. There you go.
I tried really hard not to sabotage, but if things happen. So the point is, and I almost fell off my chair trying to find them. So. I'm only here for your laughing pleasure.
And this is why Rex does
And so-
not appear on camera anymore.
Right. And Rex, good night.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it as my white disc head pulsates at you.
But if you think about it, if your head was vibrating, your glasses would have stayed on.
I know.
Because they
Isn't
would
that
have been
cool? Isn't that
flexed.
cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all look in reality, we all look like grays.
We all look like what?
Grays. The gray aliens, the big-eyed grays.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so there's a pure reference for you.
Wow.
That's one of those airplane jokes.
Oh, okay.
Above your head?
Yeah.
no-
The
Nobody
cabin.
here seems to be on an airplane, Rex. I don't know if you can see our background.
I feel like I'm talking to like Orc from Warson, you know? I mean, or glowing ball. You're talking about aliens and shit that we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
So then
not
we'll say the joke about the roof over your head. Yeah, okay. No, what amazes me about all this is that Lynn, in that
Nanu.
moment, was able to pull up a clip. I wouldn't even know how to begin to start doing something like that, and she's got it like, oh, here, boom.
Oh, she was waiting for you to mess up, bro. That was what it was.
Yeah.
She's like, I got this Rex screwed up clip right here.
That's how I keep people in line.
She plays it on every show, and just to make sure it's out there for you, buddy. You know,
just trying to help your reputation
a little on TikTok as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it should be everywhere. Oh, John Lennon, why didn't you show us the people you've killed?
and that's what he gets
I did not
creative.
kill him. This is just my last painting that I just finished.
Oh, how cool!
And
nice.
Just wanted to.
The ones that he killed Rex have the big X on it, so it's very condemning at that point.
I did paint Freddie and I did paint Jerry, and I wrote "I'm sorry" on the back of the paintings. But we will be selling. We will be selling these. Oh, there we go.
There's a few of them that have passed.
Those are my paintings.
Those are great.
Actually, they're all dead people. It's Freddie.
Yeah,
because that's all he sees.
That's my friend.
So Soul Snatcher. Is that your middle name?
That's what I do. You know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
As soon as I start to
like
like somebody,
soul in my painting. It's so much nicer.
Scott, now if we don't have any guests on our show going forward, I'll know why.
Why? Because they're
Please
afraid they're
don't
going to
make
die.
a painting of me, Scott. Don't paint me.
Listen, the most I've ever done is I made a few people go blind on the when they're on TV. So if you have blurry vision in the morning, you're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
On that note, I think it's really time for Scott to say goodbye to everybody.
I think it's time to say goodbye. No, I showed you the painting because I want to let everybody know coming out soon, soberlifeart.com. I'm working with a lot of people who are in recovery from mental health and drug addiction and alcoholism. And art and music are great ways of recovery. And we're going to be selling these things and giving money to charity. And we're doing a lot of good things with that. But
there's the banner across the bottom that has the website.
It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet because I'm not ready to launch yet. I'm just saying it's coming soon. But I will tell everybody the one thing that is ready is that if you know somebody, if you have somebody in your life who's struggling with mental health issues, with addiction issues or alcoholism, don't wait until tomorrow to do something about it. Say something today. We are losing people at an alarming rate. Fentanyl is now the #1 killer in America for ages 19 to 45. It is overtaking cancer and car accidents. It's ridiculous. It's time for us to stop that. It's time for us to do something different. So please say something. Give me a call at Addiction Training Center. You can see us at atceducation.com. But we got to do something. This is a battle that has been going on forever. And I will fight it until my last breath. So. But love all you guys. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm leaving at 1:22. No pun intended. Wait right there. Thank you for being here, you guys. Thank you so much. Hold on, you guys.
Keeping me safe and sound.